Welcome back. All 1,900 feet of train tracks now removed from the site of the East Palestine train derailment. This happening more than a month since the toxic spill there. Ohio's Attorney General is filing a lawsuit against Norfolk Southern, seeking civil penalties, costs, and damages after the hazardous waste contaminated air and water in nearby areas. Joining me right now is Ohio's Attorney General David Yost. AG, thanks very much for being here. What do you want to say about your lawsuit?
This is designed to make sure that Norfolk and Southern actually lives up to their promises now and in the future. Most of us remember the burn pits and Operation Desert Storm, 9/11, and how there were health effects and long-term impacts that we didn't even know about for quite a long time. This lawsuit is designed to not only hold them accountable, but make sure that they remain accountable in the future.
So what would you like to see in terms of the people of East Palestine? I mean, they are still worried that things are not safe.
Right. And we are still developing information, right? I mean, we don't know exactly the extent of these impacts. Governor DeWine and I have talked about this. One outcome that I would like to see, and the governor would like to see, is some kind of a fund, a long-term fund that is set up to insure against those kind of unknown unknowns that are sure to develop.
Ohio Senator J.D. Vance is slamming the EPA's response to cleaning up the toxic waste in East Palestine in a Senate hearing last week. Watch this.
Right now, as we speak, there are piles of dirt accumulating in East Palestine, piles of dirt filled with toxic chemicals that haven't been moved out of the state in a week. What happens if it rains? What happens if the very toxic dirt that we just dug out of the ground begins to seep back into the ground, causing problems for the air and water for the residents of East Palestine?
Your reaction?
Oh, he's right. We were seeing the contaminated water and the contaminated soil shipped out of state, admittedly, but to facilities that were permitted by the EPA. They have their permits and they're all approved with their process and their site to dispose of this sort of thing. Well, local politicians started rearing up on their hind legs and bleating about how unfair that was. And instead of the EPA saying, look, we've got this, there's been a robust process to make sure that these people, these companies can handle this. It's been there for years. We're moving forward. They got chicken legs and shut the thing down for days. And the senator was right. It was just sitting there on the ground, and we're approaching the rainy season.
All right, AJ, thanks very much. We'll be watching your work on this. Dave Yost joining us this morning.